always have a story I want to share.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
And we're in the south of France.
Yes, here we are.
It's beautiful.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui, mon cher.
Bonjour, yeah, bonjour.
Someday.
Yes, exactly. I'm Christina.
I'm Vera.
And we're from
Soul's Enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell everybody really fast, today is the last day for the art
That's
sale.
right.
50% off all the art. Just enter Happy Day at checkout at our store, soulsenlightenment.com.
It seems like we start going a little bit, and then we go faster and faster. I got something in my eyeball. Anyway, today the topic I wanted to talk about has to do with the Me Too movement. And the reason I'm bringing it up again is because
it's an important topic, I want to say.
It is because it's getting a lot of, I don't want to say flack, but concerns on both sides, which is valid. But I saw something on Facebook, and it's from a celebrity, and it was a concern of theirs because they have boys.
Right.
They don't have girls. And their concern is, a ghost.
Yeah.
That, they would be accused of something and it was not true, and because of the Me Too movement, people would maybe take the other side and, not look at both sides of the issue. And I understand that, being a mother of just a son and a grandson. So I had no girls around.
Right.
Even though I'm obviously,
right.
Well, I hope obviously I'm a girl.
Of course.
But, woman. But it was just interesting to see their take on it, because they were talking about another celebrity because he was accused, Tony Robbins.
Oh, right,
of
right.
abuse or something, and he was trying to explain his situation, and that he is saying he didn't do anything.
Right.
So they were commenting on that and worrying about their boys, and I get it. But now that I have Amelia, my great granddaughter, I'm like going, wait a minute. There's both sides that need to have that equality.
They have to have.
And the fairness of the Me Too movement.
Exactly.
There's always going to be people that take advantage of it.
In everything.
Look at Johnny Depp's second wife.
Right.
That kind of situation, because they want money or whatever. And it's not always the woman doing it. There's men that do it too, that take advantage of the situation. Like that one article I have on my Facebook about the young man that raped a woman that was unconscious behind a dumpster and got 6 months because the judge said, well, he's a swimmer, and if we keep him in here longer, he's not going to be able to swim. He'll lose, precious time in the pool. So only give him 6 months. And it was, there was proof. They had 2 men that was watching him, and they ran after him, and not, so.
I'm sorry, that is appalling.
It's
freaking appalling.
Yeah.
That in that situation, that girl does not have as much value, not even anywhere near as much value as this guy's swimming time. Her life. That comes out. I don't care if she was unconscious.
And you know what his father said?
No.
He said, I don't want my son's life ruined for 20 minutes of fun. Or 20 minutes of happy time or something like that.
Happy time?
Well, I'm paraphrasing. Go on my website.
Oh my
not my
gosh.
website, the Facebook, my personal Facebook. I have it on there.
So it's okay to just let people abuse children or women
20 minutes. Don't let 20 minutes ruin
men. Oh yeah, they can go ahead and do whatever they want, horrific crimes to people, but they had their half an hour of a good time.
The issue is
he
had a choice.
I gotta calm down.
The young man had a choice.
So angry.
He could have stopped himself. He could have said, no, this is wrong.
Of course.
So a choice was made, and we have to live with our consequences. But obviously, it's not happening yet that it's more equal, in that time frame.
To me, it comes back to words, because I wanted to share a story today that has to do with the Me Too movement. And this young girl, she's never said anything about this, but what happened was she was a swimmer herself. And this swimming coach was making advances to her.
Mm-hmm.
And when she told her mother,
Mm-hmm.
the parents were like, they didn't believe her, first of all, you guys. They didn't believe her. And they said, how could you, after everything he's done for you for all these years, building your swimming ability and portfolio, how could you accuse him after everything he's done for you? And that rocked her health. I mean, it rocked her to where
she can't stomach life.
Yeah, and she can't even swim anymore.
Yeah,
she lost everything that she was
she
going for in her
Olympic
life.
Swimmer.
Exactly. She lost her whole, because it rocked her so much that her own mother didn't believe her, that it affected her health that bad that she couldn't even swim anymore. So it's amazing. To me, it's like it really comes down to
and her health was not just affected because of the swimming. She almost died.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that she couldn't do it anymore athletically. I mean, she was dying.
She couldn't hold food down.
Exactly.
So,
it was
what does that
bad.
say? Yeah.
I mean, she was on death's door for around a year or so.
Yeah.
It was really bad. So it's like
there's
a moment of 20 minutes of fun. Look at what it does to these, in this case, this young girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I had just watched the Larry Nassar documentary, and something about all medals don't go to gold or something is the title. It's on I believe HBO documentaries, and I watched that, and then I saw that person on, and then I saw that post about that young swimmer, that man, and I'm just like
the guy behind the dumpster thing. Yeah.
So if you guys have a chance to watch that documentary, these girls, and it's horrific in itself what this man did to these girls, and they spoke up.
Right.
A few of them spoke up, and
that's where the Me Too movement is such a valid thing. Sorry.
No, but it's just they spoke up, and they were not believed. Mothers were in the room when he was molesting them, but they were on the other side of the room, and they didn't see anything going on. He was that good. And they had gone to
bad in this case.
And then Michigan State, I believe, is where he was.
That's disgusting.
Where he was their doctor, is he a doctor or a physical trainer? I can't remember.
He was a doctor.
Doctor, okay. So, yeah. So I mean, so they were like, well, I was in the room, and so it's on them again. It's like, why didn't you say anything? But then the ones that did say something, they were not believed.
Exactly.
They were told, how dare you?
Exactly.
How can you want to ruin his life?
But that's what I mean. It's like it comes down to girls and women have value and worth too. Mm-hmm. We have feelings just like men. We have the highs and the lows, the heartaches, the triumphs, the same feelings. It's like, I feel like sometimes it's our worth that's not as valued as much.
Yeah, because it still has that mindset the men are the breadwinners. And we don't want to ruin their lives because they're the breadwinners. This is not like that anymore.
This is taking me back to that Brett Kavanaugh
hearing.
That
too. Sorry.
That whole thing. It reminds me of it. But yeah, so your point though is that there's valid reasons why there is the Me Too movement.
But the point I was trying to make is that there is these girls, and it could have been boys, whatever, at the time. Like,
yes,
Sandusky,
little
same
boys,
thing.
Exactly.
But there was this whole group of adults that protected him.
I know.
They even went to the female gymnastic coach at Michigan State, and she just berated the girl and saying, how dare you say that about him? I've known him for 20 years, and I still go back to your situation where everybody was saying, oh, your dad is such an amazing person. You don't know what they do when they're alone.
Exactly.
Or with their families. He would take them to his house in the basement. What doctor does that?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he has a wife and kids. And even at the end of the trial, where he sent a letter to the judge saying that he doesn't think that he could take it to have to sit there for 4 days listening to these women because it's just too emotional for
He
him.
can't take it.
Yeah, and that's when the judge, he wrote like a 3-page letter or something, and she read just parts that she wanted to read, and she goes, and I'm sealing this document. Because he blamed the girls by name, saying that they enjoyed it, they wanted it.
Oh my God.
So the judge was like,
That's
"You're
disgusting.
not she's not remorseful. It was all about him, not the
Oh,
girls."
That is a selfish, dark.
So she made him sit there for that time frame, and they were saying stuff to him, and even at the end of all that, he stood there because he had the right to say something at the end, right? So he was saying how sorry he was, and then he turned around and faced the girls,
Ew.
and saying, I'm sorry, and then he'd turn back around,
Sorry.
and then you can hear some girls starting to cry, and then he would read a little bit more, and then he'd turn around again and look at everybody and say, I'm just so sorry.
He's not sorry. He wanted to get away.
And then he did it again, and the judge saw what he was doing.
Uh-huh.
He was getting them to feel guilty.
Hell no.
So she goes, turn face to the mic. Don't turn around again.
Right.
And so he did, and they stopped crying. And then, after he did that, she read to them what he had said about, God, what did he say? He said something at the end that the girls all immediately, it just got quiet. Everyone stopped crying. Oh, God, what did she say? He said something like, something where it's blaming the girls again.
Uh-huh.
You have to see the documentary. I forgot what he said. And she looked at him after she read what he had put in that letter.
Right.
And he just looked at her like, you just ruined what I just tried to do. He was looking at her like he looked at hate in his eyes. But, yeah. So she just looked at him. So she goes, so that's how you really feel.
Amen. And that's the truth. That's what Angus was telling us about lost light souls, is they try to use our heart against us.
Uh-huh. They worked on some of the girls.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were saying during the whole, when it was all going on, they were like saying, did I encourage this? Is it my fault?
Oh, yeah, we question ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So, and then, having that one gymnast coach in Michigan, for her not to even give them the benefit of the doubt or say, let's talk about it. She just went on the attack. Now she's indicted.
Good.
For lying to the police.
I'm sorry, but she should be. What the hell? You got to stand up for children.
And there's another guy that's being indicted for lying to the police to impede the investigation. So, there's a couple of people that are still having to go to court over it. They have a trial set.
So people need to look into it, and at least...
We cannot protect these people.
Yeah, at least have the strength and the courage
Same thing is happening.
To listen and to look into it. Try to, be open to the opportunity to believe that person, whether it's a girl or a boy or whoever it is. And
like
then
Palm
use
Desert.
that discernment.
The guy from Palm Desert, the chief of police.
Right.
And how he was making the women that wanted jobs there to go out with him and have sex. And he would not hire him unless they had sex with him.
And then people didn't believe that.
They still don't. He resigned. And he resigned saying, it was not the way I wanted to end my career. And then he has about 2 paragraphs of all the things he's done for the community. Still trying to make it look like he's the good guy. And there's inside information that I know. He is guilty. He has done this to women. I know for a fact.
Right.
Because I know one person.
You know somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then to have all these people rally behind him because he's a good guy. His wife is amazing. And she more than likely is an amazing person.
I just have to say really fast that when Angus was telling us about Lost Light Souls, it's almost like what they do, because they don't know what they put it on us, what they do to us. They put it on us that it's our fault.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they actually, because what you were saying, that he was saying that it was the girls' fault, the doctor was saying that about the girls, they actually put it on us.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bizarre. But it's not us. It's their own desires. I don't even know if desires is the right word. Weaknesses, their own crazy
agenda,
crazy brains, whatever crazy road they go down. But it's them. It's not us. I just wanted to put that out there.
What you did
really
already,
quick.
but that's
I know.
reinforcing it. No, it's like you have to say it again. And like, there's always an exception to the rule. We know that. I mean, don't come back and say, well, this and this and this person
Right.
did that. We know it's not fair. But let's make it a little more on an even keel than it's, women down here, and the
Right.
balance is not that
Yeah.
fair, I guess
Exactly.
you'd say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to be open to willing and to listen.
Yeah. And then just because one person screws it up, it doesn't have to ruin it for everyone else that's trying to do the right thing.
Exactly.
And I understand that part too, because men go through it too, and that's what we're saying. It
Yeah.
needs to be more fair.
You're right.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Because guys get it too. If women are doing it to them, it's like, oh, they'll call them names. Or,
Yeah.
So I understand on both sides.
Yeah, I've seen some stories where it wasn't just. The guy didn't do anything. There was something that happened with the girl, and then she was blaming it, and you could tell. Because they looked into it, and they got information collected, but they were at least willing to listen to both sides, and then you could see, okay, in this case, it was her fault, not his, or whatever it was, but just saying. So, but we just really wanted to share that with you guys, because it's still very much
because I've been hearing a lot more bashing on the Me Too movement.
It really is coming up, because it's like now it's being used as a hammer. It's like, oh, they're just on that bandwagon instead of, oh, something really did happen to this girl.
Yeah. And take it on an individual basis. Don't lump everybody in one
Can't be
pool.
lumped, because we're all different. Yeah. So, thank you for sharing that with us today. Sharing your time.
And we're just going to swing away.
Yep. The south of France.
South of France.
We'll see you very soon. We love you guys.
We have more coming.
Yeah, we do.
Have a great day. I'm going to keep you far away from it.